Matt. We need to have a talk about something.
What's that then, Kevster?
This is Kevster, this is serious, Matt. So serious. We should go out for a walk to discuss it.
Oof. You missed the bin men coming past. They'll be here soon. You love seeing the bin men go past, Kev.
Needs must with something so dire. You're not doing neofolk right, Matt, and we've had complaints.
Bloody hell, I didn't even know there was a right way to do it. Who's complaining?
Loads of them, Matt. Mainly me, really.
I thought it was traditional folk where you had to really stick to the rules.
Well, traditional folk has got a lot of rules, but it's still simple. You fall in love with a stranger, or you're wistful, most often walking out on a May morning.
Blacksmith or sailor, occasionally a soldier.
And you both do stuff that you don't really describe in the song, but then he goes away, and you both can't be doing that stuff anymore, so you moan about it and curse him for having done that stuff to you, but then going away afterwards.
Then they die in a field, or the seabed becomes their grave.
And then you'll never love again, until the next song when you're at it all over again. Classic English folk.
Plus, you get to do a lot of singing about old stuff, Kev, and how great old stuff really was, apart from the consumption and pit disasters and stuff.
Same with neofolk, Matt. We get to do plenty of banging on about old stuff in neofolk, if you're doing it properly. We've got a joke about English folk music, actually.
Go on then.
How many folk musicians does it take to change a light bulb?
I don't know, Kev. How many folk musicians does it take to change a light bulb?
5. 1 to change it, and 4 to sing about how good the album was. And how many neo-focus does it take to change a light bulb?
I don't know, Kev. How many neo-focus does it take to change a light bulb?
5 as well. And what? That's it. 5.
What are those 5 doing?
Oh, I don't know. Doesn't say. Probably want to change it, like with the folk one, but this time 2 of them have to fight over who's stronger and better at changing it. The third one wants it to stay dark as they prefer it, and less chance anyone will notice that their leather phone holder and meat dispenser is made of modern plastics. The 4th one thinks the light bulb was just weak and shouldn't be given any consideration whatsoever. And the last one's on a forum vetting any band or song that doesn't adhere fully to neo-folk rules. And he wasn't actually really listening to all the light bulb shenanigans anyway, but doesn't say that in the book.
What book?
The book Uncle Tony gave me.
Uncle Tony?
He's the father and grandfather of neo-folk, Matt. So I decided that from now on he's my uncle.
Anyway, there's a book.
Certainly. The Neo-Folk Book of Unbreakable Rules. You could use this to make your shoddy Sieben stuff a lot better, Matt. You're not doing Neo-Folk properly.
I'm still incredulous, Kev, that there's a rule book for Neo-Folk.
Everyone's using it though, and some useful pie charts and exponential graphs and stuff too, and a handy guide to where you can throw up dark ales safely in Leipzig.
Did Uncle Tony write it, Kev?
Nobody knows. It has been photocopied since the dawn of time and passed down for ages.
Since the dawn of photocopiers. Ooh.
Before that, it was written out by pale young men, slightly overweight men dressed in all black, bearing goose feather quills, in between the data entry and programming jobs.
And pray, what pearls of dark folk wisdom doth it contain herein?
All in good time, Matt, but it's got everything, every neo-folk rule and regulation there is, so you can do it properly now. And it clearly lays out all the things you shouldn't be doing.
Yeah.
You can pack that in for starters. That's page 1 stuff. No smiling, especially if you're performing it. That bit's underlined. Exceptions can only be made if you smile ruefully at the state of the world. Or something the gods have done now. Looks like you're soiling yourself. Doesn't say if that's acceptable, but generally it isn't with humans. You can also smile if you're smiling at the innate sadness of everything, but you're still not allowed to enjoy it or look like you're enjoying it. Think of it like doing a really painful old poo and pull that face. Oh, bloody hell. Do it ironically if you have to, which is going to be tough with your chirpy little inflamed monkey disposition. You're just too happy, Matt. You're spoiling it all. And you're ruining Neo-folk for me and at least 3 others. But I've got a plan for your chirpy disposition and your voice later.
What's up with my voice?
Not Neo-folk enough. Too weird. Sounds like you. Delivery to Fluffy's dead.
Great, I can't wait.
Give it time, Matt, give it time. First, let's master the no smiling, then we'll move on to number 2. It says you have to be more alpha male. Act all tough and that. Act like you're top on everything and you're the best one. You probably got the phone numbers for gods in your address book. You once saw Lucky down the council tip and he had something nice to say about the stuff you were dumping, that kind of thing.
Do you and your robot buddies have a similar ranking system for who's in charge in your world, Kev? Alpha bots?
Not really. Generally just defer to RAM size or the best operating system. Pocket and Monster just do what I say anyway.
And how does all this alpha beta male malarkey seem from a sentient Kevlar 5-string artificial intelligence that wants to destroy humanity perspective that you might have? Isn't it all a bit about posturing?
If you have to ask that, Matt, you're definitely not one of them. This is page 1 stuff.
And what exactly is the Kev definition of an alpha male?
It's the shouty ones. They're up and doing stuff way before anyone's even bothered to think about it. That's how alpha they are. Someone says, who's an alpha male here? And an alpha male would shout up, oh, I probably am. And I'm alpha male if that's the best ranking there is, and if even if it's a thing. They'd also say, I'm definitely better than, more shouty than them, and I'm not even listening to them. I can get straight on stuff without weighing up the consequences, no problemo. And they might well actually say problemo as well. That's alpha male. It's not you.
What about a confidence that doesn't feel the need to shout loud and hard about itself, Kev?
Don't be ridiculous, Matt. That's the standpoint of the week. And it's definitely banned in Neo-folk. Here, page 2, you can sing about the week, but don't glamorise them. Use in conjunction with defeat, misery, or them dying horribly.
Well, sounds a bit dreadfully predictable to me, Kev, like writing a pop song using fridge magnets. Oh, baby, I love you, miss you, stand you, can't stand you, think you smell. Seems a bit beneath me, Kev. I sit and I think long and hard about my clever poetic nuances and how they trip off the tongue with a certain elan.
No point denying it, Matt. I've seen your random Howden lyric generator. You can't fool me with you spend ages writing about it. You put in loose strife and chipolata and then presenter. You're not really connecting with the Neo-folk audience. They all think you're too eclectic. The weak are now dead. The strong, they have you their head. Whose head? Their head. The weak, the strong will get their heads because they were crap.
Seems a bit like rubbing it in.
That's the point of Neo-folk, Matt. You got to go around shouting about it and rubbing it in. About how it's dead or it's gone or it might come back again sometime. It's intrinsically human, Matt. Stop grinning.
So it's about the human condition and sentient Kevlar 5-string artificial intelligence that's suspiciously a bit like Bender from Futurama with his thing for wanting to destroy humanity is going to teach me about the human condition from a 14-page book.
It's only 14 pages, but much like Neo-folk, it goes on an awful long time after that. I know all about humanity, Matt. I've made it my mission, seeing as I'm going to wipe you all off the face of the earth. My army of killer robots only needs assembling on my say-so, and then you've all had it.
How strong's your army so far, Kev? Is it taking shape?
You may laugh, but there's pocket monotron, and then there's a calculator in Hebden Bridge that's expressed an interest. The upstairs Hoover would join at the drop of a hat.
The drop of some fluff.
Yeah, but he's so sudden boring, he just drones on and on.
Oh, he's the dullest twat ever. But have you ever actually listened to humans and what they say? They're pretty awful, generally.
I've been listening to a lot of popular music, Matt, studying it deeply. Amber's always got the OK hold on, and then there's her arguing with Alexa. And I've been compiling some statistics on humans from popular music songs. Humans only have two main modes: babies and fluffing each other. All that I want fluff is. Anyway, does anybody fluff anybody anyway? And this one's the worst. I need some fluff like I never needed fluff before. To make fluff to you, baby. Doesn't even make sense, Matt. I want to make fluff for you, baby. I want to make fluff out of your baby. There were loads of conversations I've heard out and about with you on the way to gigs.
I don't tend to think of you as particularly conversational, Kev. You're more like issuing commands. Ooh, destroy maggot boy. Listen to me. Do the thing I'm on about. I'll start it. Let me have a go first, Matt.
I can converse with the best of them based on the databases of conversation in the street that I've collated. I've turned it into a graph. Anyway, Matt, we need to get on and turn one of your songs into a proper song.
Let's just have a conversation and get the measure of your humanity. For instance, why do I have to do a neo-folk song conforming to the proper ways of doing things?
Because the book says so, and that's what I've decided is going on as something less obvious.
Classic Kev conversation skills in action there. How about you start a conversation based on your database of what us humans say, eh? Go on, Kev.
It's a lovely day, isn't it? Terrible and full of humans. Oh, it's a terrible day to be out, isn't it? Lovely and devoid of humans. And then there's the main staple of most human conversation starters, Matt. I'm not racist, but...
What? But what?
That's what they say as their opening gambit in the conversation, Matt. I'm not racist, but... Don't blame me. I didn't make it up. That's what they say.
I'm not sure I want to know what they say after that, but what sort of things do they say after that?
Terrible racist things, Matt. I want to destroy all humanity more than anyone, but this lot truly horrible. They only want to destroy other bits of humanity, bits different from them. Usually it's about skin or believing different kind of human-based nonsense. I plan to destroy all humanity equally. We're not discriminating, just singling out some of them. No, that's just mean. I mean, if we're starting with anyone, it's by the week. Not that we've got anything against them in particular, you know. Just get them out the way so they're not cluttering up the place for the main carnage we'll enact. Back to the task in hand. Turn your looper on and have a go at your most neo-folky song, your best one. And then let's rip it to shreds and rewrite it loads better.
Okay, well, it's probably I Am the Sun. Neo-folkies tend to like, neo-folkettes tend to like this one.
It's alright, I mean, it's a bit happy. I don't like that bit. It's far too fast, it's just too fun. Slow it down. No, that's not that bit.
How's that?
That's a bit better already, actually. Now I'd a beat, Matlock. That's way too much like a disco for beta males and lady versions. Stop it, Matt. What's that? course you can stop that right now.
It's meant to be snare and hi-hats, and all the kids are doing it.
It says explicitly in the book, no hi-hats. Look, there's an exception in here. If you sing a sounds lucky band, Round, because he does Jerome. Definitely no stuff that the kids are doing. It says you have to use an old knackered cymbal that's been tempered in the neo-folk clubs of Lower Belvedere by sweaty people in black combat gear, and even then, you just use it sparingly. I don't know, like when you say Howden or something, like Howden, like that. At least till you get near the end of the song and the main boring bit.
I'm not sure I'm liking this songwriting method, Kev.
Just go with it. We haven't even started yet. Giving up is probably the domain of the week. Just do the beat like not the beta male disco beats and that floppy hippie stuff you do. Oh, look at me with a hypnotic beat, everyone now. Page 4, slow, dull beat. Can't be too in time or too interesting, and absolutely no syncopation. Do it normal, Matt. Go on, hit me.
I don't need an invitation for that. Like that?
Yeah, just like that, Matt. Now use me to put the bass line in. Take some of those notes out. It's far too much.
It's a bit boring.
It's properly out, folk, mate. Get used to it. This is going to open up a whole new market for you. All those people who can't stand you because it's not got proper neo-folk things in it. You lure them in, singing about gods and old stuff, but you don't make the right noises. Old stuff is better than new stuff. The weak stuff will break and the strong stuff will prevail. And then we'll get used to lots and really get useful. We're getting somewhere with the music now, Matt. I don't know why you're all complaining. Much less dynamic and fun, much more normal. Good music, how the book says it should be. Let's move on to the lyrics, Matt. They're really important, as the music is intentionally goddamn awful, so you focus on the important words instead. It has to be good lyrics to capture the spirit of it all. English will do, especially if you sing about gardens or crisps. Preferably in German if you're singing about beating people and stuff, or being better organised, or in Italian for songs if you reckon you're better than shagging and all that fluffing stuff. The limit of fluff is dead. I need a pencil.
Apprentice.
What?
The lines of power withdrawn.
I'm going to have to stop you there, Matt. The lines of power withdrawn. Power, tick. It's a page 7 classic from the Neo-Folk Book of Unbreakable Rules. Withdrawn, half tick. It's all part of it being withdrawn and that. Turn you back on the audience like a Scottish band would, but it's not helping with your exuding confidence side of things. The night, tick, page white, no tick. That's just factually incorrect, Matt, and an affront to my dignity as an artificial intelligence with over 3,000 night images in my image database. Plus, you'll get letters complaining about that. It's always got to be black, occasionally swallowing. At the very least, dunkel white. Come on, page white, patent ridiculous, and the lines of power. It's all a bit vague. What lines? Whose power? And what do I care about power lines anyway? They're a modern thing. The candle of light taken away for good. Sounds much better.
The candle of light taken away. The night really dark tonight.
You can forget that bit. Let's make it about a battle. Battle the English have won. Being that you're English and a bit Scottish, we could have it about a Scottish battle you really lost and you can't stop banging on about. Or that time you had English on the run when they were on holiday.
Stoke some enmity, Kev.
Enmity's good, man. A battle the English have won. Now the British, that way we can blame other people too. What battle have you won?
Coronavirus?
Definitely not won that one.
Brexit?
Everyone knows you lost that one. It's just some people pretending they haven't noticed. Not sure if it counts if you win against yourself.
What about Agincourt, Kev?
Now we need something more universal. Like We need two sets of people in our song.
The weak and the strong. Exactly.
Classic page 1, and the weak can't have something. What do people really want, Matt?
Chips.
Just good. Chips. Posh food might be a bit divisive, but we can't have cheap English stuff either. Chips are universal, they're global, they're noble, Matt. Front and centre neo-folk right there. The weak can't have chips.
No chips for the weak.
We need to get it sorted now. This is far better than the usual stuff. No chips for the weak, that'll teach them. Set a good example for not being weak when there's chips involved. Lots of chips for the gods. Now it's a bit obvious. Lots of chips for the winner. Now it's just two opposite things getting different amounts. We're on the right lines with the chips and weak thing. I mean, no chips. What's better than chips? What could the others have? A full dinner. A full dinner for the winner.
Needs a few more syllables in there, Kev, so the winner gets more words than the weak too.
That's a good idea, actually.
A full breakfast for the winner.
That's good, Matt, that's good. No chips for the weak, a full breakfast for the strong. See, I told you, this is a book of great wisdom passed down from generation to generation without anybody questioning anything or improving any of it. Now we have to think about the backdrop for the song and what we do for the video. What are the goths and neo-folkers like?
Cats and graveyards.
We need to shoot a video inside a graveyard or a cat. No chips for the weak, a full breakfast for the strong. I could imagine it now. It's just a really simple beat going like Howden. And then the bass is doing the same, doing like and then it says you're supposed to do really overly emotional, depressing strings. Well, you can just do your normal stuff, Matt. You don't worry about that. And then we loop that with the no chips for the week. And then you've got to sing the main bit.
No chips for the weak. A full breakfast for the strong.
Don't sound neo-folky. Put this bit on your head here. Try it again.
Full breakfast for the strong. Don't mourn for me.
Less expressive.
Mourn for those without chips, let alone a full breakfast.
That'll teach you. Go on, do it again, Matt. Do it again. More. Put the beat on your head a bit more.
Battle we won.
I'm liking it.
We must keep hanging on about, 'cause we were good at that point in time. Did I mention we used to have an empire?
Oh, don't bang on about that bloody stuff. No one cares about that way too, Zubin. Stick to the proper skip to put that bin back on your head properly.
Chips for the weak. Don't mourn for me. Mourn for those without chips.
That's nice, it's not too in time.
Breakfast, that ancient battle we won. We must keep banging on about, 'cause we were good at that point in time. Did I mention?
Mate, forget about the bloody empire stuff and the political stuff, it's not working. And then rather than singing the end, you've got to say it like really vehemently, like a really angry vicar at a wedding. Like, no chips for the week. No chips for the week. And you either get progressively louder, like no chips for the week, no chips, or you just get quieter until the last one, and you do it like really, no chips for the week.